It's alright, it's okay. Doesn't really matter if you're old and gray. It's alright, I say it's okay. Listen to what I say. It's alright, doing fine. Doesn't really matter if the sun don't shine. It's alright, I say it's okay. We're getting to the end of the day. I take a look, take your pick. 'Cause you can't teach an old dog a brand new trick. I don't care what anybody says. At the end of the day, there's a place that I can't find. A drink or two to ease my mind. Golden days. Hey, Rob Smith here. It's alright, take your time. Trying to find the live.
Well, I see it's not working. Is it on?
Yeah, we go. All right. One watching. All right, Rob Smith here. It is. It's not July. I was about to say July. It could be July. Depends on what your calendar is. You don't have to listen to me. I'm only making fun of everything, so you don't have to listen to me. But it is November the 5th, 2000 something or other. 25 or 4 or whichever you'd like it to be. I guess I'll wait till a few folks come in here if they will. If they are, we'll see if they do. So it's going to be very hard. My friends who are following politics are going to have a heck of a time trying to be part of this right now because we're a bit distracted by things, to put it mildly. I am too. This is to be a bit of a distraction for watching. It's got a new lock for my storage room. 3 keys to open it. Yes, isn't that wonderful? Just got that a little bit ago before. Actually, just a little bit, an hour and a half ago or so. So I just pulling up some new pens. I got this pen too. And I was going to share some political stuff, but I'll wait till some folks come in. I also have some good news here to put. I'll share from this pad. And watch me forget I was going to do that. Here, I'm going to put that over here. And real quickly, I was hoping some folks come in before I do this. I'll open up, if I can, some root beer. I just got some frosty root beer. Also, at the same time, I got a new lock. Around the same time. And I'm just going to draw something about. I've got a lot of memorabilia involving politics. I don't have a lot of as handy as I thought I did. I've been busy. I don't get a chance to sleep really till tomorrow night. Oh my, yes, that frosty root beer woke me up. I've got lots and lots of stuff to do, and I was going to wait till folks came in here, but let's see what happens. Based upon here, ooh, that just moved over there. Let me shove this over here. Shove that right there. I don't know what I may do. So I was hoping someone would write an animal. Well, let's see. I've got it. Let's see. I'm doing it. Well, it's always good to draw an alligator. They're always fun. This is a. I can never remember the name of this. It's a cartridge handy brush pen. It's used by a lot of cartoonists. I actually forgot I had it, and I just thought, oh, maybe I'll do it. I just got to work a little slower. I have no idea what I'm going to do here. We'll see. I admit I'm pretty tired. I was lying down here just a little bit. I went and got the locks and oh my goodness, sorry. Alice, Stinius, Dolphin, how are y'all? I'm tired. Cannot believe this. This is why I said I would do this tonight when there's so much going on. I would be at I was going to go to a watch party in another county, and I said, I'm just too tired. I just haven't been sleeping. I've been working, and I've been doing so much. Today was a very busy day. But how are you all doing? So I was going to share some memorabilia. I'll go ahead and do that since you all are here. I have a lot. I just don't have a lot of it handy, as it turns out. I'm going to need to create. I'm creating plastic bins. Dolphin knows a bit about this. Creating plastic bins and putting things in, and these are These are from the campaign. I worked both these campaigns. Bush of '88. There's some little plasticky thing on here. Bush of '88, and oh, that's a sticker on top of another button. I just realized that. What's underneath there? Paid political ad. I don't know. There's somebody else under there. I best leave it like it is. So this was a Bush sticker that I put on top of someone else's button. Oops. It's probably Bill McCullum or so. I love Bill McCullum. He was a great. He is still with us. I'm not like he's dead. I wish he'd gotten into office more. And I worked on Dole. Whoa, did I work on Dole? Oh. So that is actually from the scene of action. Some I have that aren't from the scene of action is this McGovern one. You take it out of the. I don't know why I have it in plastic. This is one, Dolphin. I may be passing your way. I've got a lot of. This is a McGovern. Now, this is prior to what This again, we have to remember there is the whole lifetime of Earth, of which a rainbow was a rainbow, and then there's the last 10 years or so where we have another view of rainbows. Isn't it amazing? Everybody had a definition of how they viewed a rainbow throughout centuries until about 10 years ago. that's ridiculous. That has occurred. Anyway, this is of course much. This is from about 1972, from 1972 campaign of McGovern. For some reason, I got a lot of these. I think my friend Doug Getzlow gave me these. Man, I was still watching Saturday morning cartoons during the election, sir. That's awesome. You were watching Saturday morning during which election? Oh, of McGovern. I was watching. I was back in '72. I was watching the election back then. Actually, I don't know if I was watching any cartoons. I was I was a little kid, but I love politics. Oh, I want to share something else. Darn it! I wonder if I get. Hold on. Something important. Oh, poop. Should be handy here. Oh, poop. Oh, let's do it now. Yes, I should share. It occurred to me, if I'm going to share any buttons, why don't I share some of my own buttons? There's a good idea. I was brought in to do a whole bunch of buttons for McCain, and here's Lipstick Power with Palin. That's a cartoon I did. 2008. I was a big fan of Mr. McCain. Hero for President, Country First, McCain. Actually, there's a whole bunch of different ones. Gators for McCain, that's Florida based. So I did a whole mess of these. Dole Bush. No, I was older. I was working on Dole. When I was watching any cartoons, I was still buying comics back then. Oh yeah, there was a Seminole one too. Seminoles for McCain, Palin. We're covered here. It's Florida. You have to do Gators and you have to do Seminoles. It's how things are. No, I was working. I loved it. I was in my 30s then. During Bush, I was in my late 20s, and Dole, I was in my early 30s, I guess, something like that. But one person I have a lot here. This is a great button. And if you do a sketchbook, my sketchbook involving drawing, I don't know what's happened to this. This actually has been traveling with me a bit. It looks like it's gotten some rust inside the plastic or something. This is actually a magnet. So and it is powerful. Let me watch this. Whoa, that is a powerful magnet. But this is Carl Zalek, and Carl Zalek's a friend. Powerful button. It's huge too. Because he's got a weird name, and when you're running for office, your last name is far more important than the first. First doesn't matter. You're trying to sell it. If you want to vote today or whenever, the last name is what counts, not the first. So this was Carl still Marion County Commissioner, but I've got a ton of Claude Pepper, Democrat. He was very popular because everybody was a Democrat back when he started running in the mid 30s, 1930s. And was still in office in the 1980s until his death, almost to his death. But I've got a lot of Claude Pepper because they did. See, this is back. They don't make buttons anymore. In fact, I have one button that was made that I'm aware of, and I was traveling all over the place. So here's a big Claude Pepper, and here's a little Claude Pepper. And you used to wear suits. And so this worked real well to put on your lapel of your suit. Of course, ladies didn't have suits and didn't have lapels, so they put this on their nose. No, they didn't. But isn't that funny? Look, same button, different sizes. This is ridiculous to wear on your. Most were dark suits. You wear a big old button like that. Today you need to because people can't see. It seems. Here's another. Got a lot of McGovern for some reason. This is, I think these are important. This is a great button, except that you can't read the name. If my sketchbook does any artwork so for people to see, it's imperative you can stand 10 feet away and tell what's going on. You can't read the name, and actually, if you really squint your eyes, it's hard to see who it is because McGovern had kind of a everyman face. Hubert Humphrey had a similar situation. And that would be true here. Well, someone who really stood out. There's another McCain Palin, but Palin had a great face because she really stood out from, because if you squint your eyes at McCain, everything disappears. He had white hair, white face. He was really light skinned. I met him, really light skinned, and he just disappeared. And I mean, this is makeup making you able to see anything, whereas Palin had oddly enough, from Alaska, had a naturally dark skin. This is these. I wish more would do this. This is Walt Gallagher when he was running for sheriff in Orange County. That's what Walt Gallagher for sheriff. I love these. Now I think I shared before. I think it's still up here too. I need to put it away. But I have a McCain. I have a. This is a Nada. But look at this. These are almost identical. Black Angus. Remember I was talking about Black Angus restaurant for sheriff. These are identical. In fact, you can even see if I bend this up, these are the exact same, but they're different time periods. This is the 70s, this is the 80s. But aren't they, look at that, they're the exact same. And you turn them around, except this Walt Gallagher's is in better shape. This was missing for a long time. I found it. It was in a jumble of stuff. But the same exact pen, just stamped differently. And this is blue. Gallagher had blue, and that's black for Black Angus Sheriff. I wish little children could get these, though. For those running for sheriff, I think that's really neat. If I could have got more involved with the Donnie Martinez campaign over in Osceola, I was. And his problem is Donnie Martinez's problem is it's a long last name, hard to read. These are hard to read anyway. If you get far away, you can't read what either of them say. But let me tell you, when you're a little kid, you love this. And I got this when I was about 5 years old or 6 years old. I've never forgotten it. And as you saw when I first showed this to you, I was so happy I found it. I could start drawing. By the way, it's nice you still have those. Sure shows how good graphic design and marketing products used to be made. Yes, and they're not anymore. Exactly right. Exactly right. And you don't have to get really. Buttons are amazingly effective, and I was wearing them around last few days. What did I do with them? Any ones I was wearing? Yes, they are. There's some thought you've got to put too much information. This is Katie Delaney who's running. I don't know. Actually, it's 8:15. We may know if she won her race or not for a Brevard County Commission District 1. But this is too much on a button. Keep it simple. Nixon's the one. That's a teeny tiny one. Let me show you the difference. Teeny tiny. Let me something that sketchbook mentioned. This won't last time. It's plastic in metal. This is done on the metal. So this will last. I got them both linked together here because I want to show both of them. But both of these are right on the metal. These will last forever. This will come apart. Kind of like what happened to Carl's Alex. All right, so Nixon's the one. Now, and this is even more. I mean, can you get more effective than that? Nixon button. Just to get right to the point. It's a Nixon button. All right. And you have to have a distinct name like Nixon. That's a problem that Harris has, that everybody's named Harris. In fact, who pointed out that if you just talk about Harris, people didn't know who you're talking about. You had to say her first name. But if you say Trump button, wow, it stands out. I have Trump buttons. There have been some really, really good ones made for this campaign. I don't have them handy. In fact, I'm not quite clear how they got away from me. Well, anyway, let's go. Here's this is actually from it. This is from the inauguration, 1981, Ronald Reagan. Now, I don't know. This would have been sold. There are people who sell if you go to these campaign things like I do, there are people who wander around to different events and sell things like buttons and scarves. Now they sell scarves. See, back Sketchbook was saying, back in the 70s and 60s, you didn't have scarves. You didn't have ball caps. You didn't have any of that. Today, it was, back then it was basically buttons and bumper stickers. That's it. That's what you bought. So this was something you would have bought the inauguration there in 1981. It was a big, big deal. Recently, I saw some clips were floating about with Don Rickles and a little child who did that TV series. But everybody was there. Sinatra, Dean Martin. Sinatra, who had been a Democrat and turned Republican because he was a big supporter of Reagan's. And of course, huge. There's talk about songs made. And certainly songs were made for Kennedy back, and that one of them was done by Mr. Sinatra. He did a rehash of his songs. There is a episode of Mark Stein's website all about people making presidential music, and those who have been involved in politics who wrote music. And I'm using this, I should remember the name of this. I haven't used it in a long time. I just came across it. I'm still a lot of stuff got away from me here in the past year. Who's here? Who's not here? Hello, Andrea. Love yeah, I got a lot of them. And Dolphin's going to get a bunch of these at some point. I just hauled in a bunch of stuff. I'll probably have some more. I'm not going to do another live. I was talking to Hope here earlier. I'll do a live on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Wednesdays, I may do the live over at Swampy's Florida, make it strictly about Florida stuff, but it'll be more with alligators and Florida critters. And also, I hope to be, I was here sharing this. Got this done while I was waiting for the boat tape. I lost my boat sticker, by the way. Let's think about good graphics. Good graphics. Here's good graphics. I was looking at this. Save the Indian River Lagoon, save our lagoon. That's a good graphic right there. It's real hard to understand where the lagoon is. And then inside are this is nicely done. Nicely done graphics about the lagoon. It's a lot to go through, but because it kind of comes in bite-sized pieces, 1, 2, 3, it's a little easier. You could carry it around and read it. And this is good too. People want them in little clumps. So those are very good. Nice little brochure. All right, I'm going to get to this. I did, while waiting in line, I had an hour wait. I will show you. A lot of you all don't know this as much as others. But there's a layout for the 2024 Christmas print. Believe it or not, it's hard to see. The building's not going to be well seen here. I've got a problem because I like to show Santa Claus in the window. And if we need to zoom in, originally I was going to do it all. Hold on, I'm fighting this little board on this little thing. Okay, originally I was going to come in at an angle and show the whole end of it. And I took a lot of photos to get that angle, but as I was sketching it out last night, it wasn't working. So I zoomed in, and now I can fit a lot in. This may not have as many critters in it as others have either. It's going to have a few less. But of course, it's still going to be pretty crowded. But I figured it all out while I was waiting in line. So now it's a matter of starting to pencil, and I hope to ink maybe some of it while I'm here. Okay. Slide share that. All right. And thank you all for being here. Please, if you get a chance, click the thumbs up button. Thumbs up. That was a speaking about advertising stuff. That last time I've got we had a bank called Sunbank, and that was their big catchphrase was thumbs up back in the late 70s. And I've got some of that thumbs up. I should share more of those. I just brought in some boxes of stuff. So Friday I'll get some more of it organized, and I'll share some of it because it is neat to see, and it is looking back in time for someone like Dolphin, who's a youngster of sorts. Let's see, and there's Melissa Busby. Howdy everyone. Howdy. All right, so howdy Eeyore. Oh, I should share a story. I drew yesterday. I was sitting beside a lady named Dolly. Dolly, I forget her last name. Actually, she's from West Virginia. Her family's from West Virginia, which is a scary thought in itself. I'm sorry, I don't have. Here's a good idea. Let me take this out and I'm going to mark the pages. So I'm not constantly flipping through this thing. It's ridiculous. What am I doing? And I don't know why I drew on different pages and now I've got them all mixed up. Okay, there it is. Okay, let me just do. See, okay, I did three. So this lady Dolly did. I did this. So in essence, I have an ink drawing from yesterday. She was telling Dolly told me how she was at the First Baptist Church of Titusville, and she and her little brother decided to skip out and decided to go down to the river. So they slipped out of church. They decided they wanted some candy bars. So they went into Dr. Cutter's pharmacy just a couple doors down. They scooped up a few Hershey bars and were about to make their way out until Mr. Cutter showed up. He told them, "You put those Hershey bars right back." So they did. Now you go right on back to church. They were all dressed up. She in her little dress and her patent leather shoes. He in a bow tie and his fancy shoes. They both walked carefully out of the pharmacy. He didn't skip, walked out. And as they got out of the pharmacy, they started to turn. And Mr. Cutter came out of the pharmacy watching them. So their turn was back to the First Baptist Church. And that's where they went, and they went and joined and were good boys, good little boy, little girl. She was 10, and he was 8. And they didn't get their Hershey bars, but they did the right thing, didn't they? I love that little story she was telling me. So I drew it. Now I was thinking that as I'm drawing a bow tie. There's a pinky out. We were talking about Jack, my friend Jack Pitt. Hold on, let me get that right there. There was a time where you'd run for office, you'd wear all these flared shirts with, you almost like an ice cream salesman, because it got attention. You saw him, you didn't forget him. What I feel bad about is so much election stuff doesn't have a sense of humor. There was a great humorist named Mark Russell. I think I can't remember if Mark's still with us or not. Funny guy. A lot of folks have forgotten him, but he didn't have a place to go because people were taking politics so seriously. His jokes were a little too much for folks. But he'd been doing the humor of politics since the 60s, and then he was getting older. He used to be on PBS a lot, but his program was kind of dashed away and he did come from the Democrat side, and Democrats tend not to take anything very lightheartedly, and I think he was running into a buzzsaw of that because he was from New England, Massachusetts, in fact, and that hurt him. Have their fingers out. Now, what y'all been up to? Did you all who voted today and who voted on? I'm sorry. I'm not reading all the messages. Is that what I'm going to work on? I'll work on the Christmas print. I need to pencil it out, and it's actually on a 16 by 20 board. I've got to pencil it out, and then I can ink it. I do it very large, and then I do Christmas prints, and people get the Christmas prints. And I've been doing these Christmas prints since the 80s. Florida history one, as that one is. The Christmas ones the Florida history ones I've been doing for about 20 years. And this year takes place in Jacksonville. So you and Stinius both voted today, and Melissa voted early. I know because I was able to steal all those ballots that she voted. Yeah, we can't have her counted. No. Her vote, yeah. I believe Andrea also voted by mail, and I got her mail too. Yeah, we can't have any of those. Yes, yes. We're gonna. Oops. Let's see. Somebody says, "Wow, this brush. This is a great brush. A lot of cartoonists use this brush for work, and I should slow down. That would be good." Yeah, it was known. Today we look at things that Jerry Lewis did as being ridiculous. But there are a lot of campaign people who acted just like Jerry Lewis, going around campaigning to try to get attention. Were not unlike the snake oil salesmen of 100 years previous. That's I got my. Oh, by the way, I went to my PO, my little mailbox thing in this apartment complex today, and it had a paper in it saying vacant. That apparently I'm not here anymore. I gotta get any mail that's come to me in the last 2 weeks at least I didn't get. I don't know where it went. Yeah, I mean I keep getting messages get the heck out of here. So, I don't know how it happened, but oops. I just hope it doesn't affect my voting. They took it all. They had it there. They had my name. They had my location. They even showed me the address. I don't know how that happened, but it scares me. It kind of goes along with losing my Facebook pages. I guess I should keep making these animals. I saw my friend Hoylene Thomas, her messenger has gone screwy. And this isn't, Hoylene has a lot of health issues. She's in her 80s, and she don't need to have a bunch of mess from Facebook. It's hard enough for me to deal with it. I am debating, 17th is going to mark 2 months since I started the page I'm currently using. I'm debating what I'm going to do about it. That's 25 ballots. Is that all? Yeah, I did. I voted today, and it's the fifth time this week. Yep, I keep going in there, and I keep I keep voting for my man Nixon. I hope he makes it this time. I don't understand. No one wants to vote for Nixon for some reason. I don't know what's wrong with you people. You think he's dead or something. Somehow this seems far away. Let me see if I can zoom in a little closer in here. A little bit at least. So I'll do a live. I believe my plan is do lives on Friday, Saturday, Sundays, and maybe a live over on Swampy's Florida on Wednesdays. I may come on here occasionally to work on some projects because I have this. I saw this Christmas thing to get done for Dr. Brooks. I haven't finished, but I also haven't scanned in any of the recent drawings either. I got a lot to do. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Right now, I'll keep a steady schedule Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But I'll take some direction from Mr. Dolphin. He's been kind of helping me out with this. Thinks I should get on more. I will. I admit I've gained a lot of folks since I've been doing this so regularly. I've got a couple of sped up versions already made. I haven't added them yet. Anytime you're going to run for office, just always make signs that say "Vote for me." That way, anyone can reuse them anytime they want to. You know. I think I have another sheet under here. And how? Are there other? Besides, obviously, we have a presidential election going on. Do you all have any interest in any other elections, Congress, or any specific? Do you have any friends running for office? What else can I do here? Well, I can stop with that one and do something over here. We were given ballpoint pens, which I don't recall. At one time, you see me show a pen I use, which is I actually left my pen thing in the car. So I was hauling boxes in. But this was typically the type of pen that was left to mark your ballot. Pen like this. And they had ballpoint pens. And I know ballpoint pens don't fill in circles well. I draw, for heaven's sakes. I know how ballpoint pens work. So I used my pen like this and filled in to make sure it filled in there nice and just right. I've never waited so long to vote. Never. Whether it be number 3 at the fire station number 3 or in Ocala or wherever. I've only had really 2 places to vote. So, well, no, Apopka. What the heck do we vote in Apopka? I forget. Apopka, so 4 places. But I've never waited an hour to go vote. But that was a heck of a line. It just shows again how corrupt this area is that they let something like that happen. I don't know if Sketchbook's been with us before, but I am making this up as I go. This was not pre-planned, and that's the fun for me is to make it up. I've got to go to a meeting tomorrow. Unfortunately, I'm using my planning engineering skills for the meeting, so I really can't sit there and work on art stuff like I did yesterday. I wasn't going to work this annual meeting I was at 24 hours ago. I was not really planning on doing any artwork, but I brought the pad in, and that Dolly told me her story, and I did that. I did another drawing too. You know what I didn't do? I just didn't. I didn't mark that page again. Because after I did this, I flipped it and I was just listening to him talk, and I did a drawing here of a turtle on a tree in a water, some river, Indian River, whatever river, and then I started sketching out with they're always using a ballpoint pen, so I so there. But tomorrow I gotta be on the Kaviv there and listen carefully. But then I think I'm going to hang around that area. I may even drive back up into Titusville. What am I doing here? I want to get this. What do I do with a brush? Oh, here it is. Okay. Turtle slip and slide. It's terrible. I haven't been out to a park to really see much of that. I got to get back out and hike. I was such bad shape. Okay, I just made a little blunder there, which I'll fix. And the only ones who'll know it is. I'm just going to come in here and do that. And you're. I'm going to thicken this. Now I don't know if I don't know if Sketchbook's still here, or if or she participated in Inktober, but as far as I know, there's not such a thing for November. I think I've done it before anyway, gone into November inking, but I was in a little different situation than I'm in right now. There we go. I got together with my brother-in-law today, Chuck Bailey. We're talking about sharing some photos I have and talking a bit about old times, visiting. Um, it appears, as Melissa will be interested to know, that it seems like they have kind of decided not to come this way. They're trying to figure out what to do. They're in a conundrum about it, but they don't like it, which I understand. I'm with them. I could have handled that better. I didn't. I should have done that a little better than I did. Well, paint can didn't quite work. Don't usually use a brush. It's kind of messing me up a little bit, but I should be able to use one. You didn't do any Inktober. I did. It's the first time, maybe the first time in years since it started. Um, I first learned about it from John Sanford. I remember that for sure. I actually did a whole month. And all video but one day, October 2nd. I didn't get October 2nd. For Friday, Saturday, I'll share some. I've already placed ballot here. Where are you located, Sketchbook? Or you may have mentioned, because I know where Stinius and Alice are, and Andrea and Melissa. You may have said before, and I don't remember. I didn't leave him a place to put his a tail. Oh, yes, I think you have mentioned that. South Texas, that's right, sorry. And you're doing videos? And also, any of y'all you want to put up a link to something you're doing, please feel free to. And Dolphin, it was pointed out to me I should probably post that eBay page occasionally, especially whenever I get you some artwork to put up there beyond the other stuff. But if you're participating in the chat, feel free to add your page of whatever it is you're doing. You're being kind enough to do that, and I'm fine doing promotion. If you want, like Andrea does a. Oh, should have done that differently. I was thanking all the volunteers today who were doing the ballot stuff. I did that when I was in Ocala. I would say Andrea has the voice of hope. Dolphin's got a page here on YouTube also. Andrea's mostly better to go find her on Spotify for the voice of hope. But because now I think Andrea said she's going to do another video soon. But she hasn't done one in a while. Well, I guess I should use this. I don't know if this is working. Let's see. I'll put a little bunny here and see if this pen's working. I guess it is. I think this is a real old flare. Yeah, it's got the little hearts on it. They don't do the hearts anymore. Without the brush, I can really spin these out fast. Some folks brought children. It was just a long wait, and it was outside. I thought I was going to get together with Chuck. But we had a good conversation about stuff, and oops, angle that right. There we go. He's got a coat. Well, you should do, Melissa, you should do a YouTube channel all about them. They might become as famous as that squirrel, which I still don't understand what that's all about, but all right. My head's been in politics than squirrels, quite frankly. But yep, in the next, hopefully the next 24 hours or so, I'm going to be back all oars in the water and paddling furiously to get other work done. And put the politics aside for now, for another however long. Let me see you. Now, why they're playing ball inside a voting area, I don't know. Put the camera either, and they hide. Well, you got on the floor. You make little X's. You mark their spots. You get them to stand there. No sitting. They got to stand, stand up, and have them bark. And then just let them, you let them wander around College Park and see where they go and their adventures. You stop traffic on Edgewater Drive and say, because you're filming, It's movies. It's Hollywood. What's wrong with them? Don't they know that? It's funny how some of these people do video stuff and they think they're doing YouTube or whatever, and everybody knows who they are, and nobody knows who they are. Nobody cares. Some people may know, but not many. As I say, you can't have Sinatra anymore. Sinatra could not exist the way things are set up now. You might occasionally have someone like a Taylor Swift, but that's about it. The days of the Rat Pack are gone. What ability to even do it. Maybe there's a stage up here. What time is it getting to be? I'm wandering around here. Here. See, this is what you do. You got to get your dog's costumes. You got to have costumes. You see. Look, Melissa's gonna become a viral star. Listen to me, kid. You'll go far. You get him a cane. Not McCain, a cane. It teaches him dance moves. There you go. You could have stars. And Andrea could do this with her gopher tortoise in the backyard. Teach gopher tortoise how to dance. Maybe the other one's playing on a piano. What was that? There was a piano. Was it yesterday? No, it was at the that museum opening. They had a was it a Yamaha? No, it was an American-made piano. Just teach your dogs how to play piano. I hear you can teach piano in 5 easy lessons, so it shouldn't be too hard. And see, if nothing else, they could do a dance show at a voting area. See, there's money to be made in all this. There, I got a tail on there too, because I missed the tail on the bunny, but your dog got a tail. Hold on, let me get that. No, you should have like a striped shirt too. Doesn't matter whether you're running for office or if you're dancing on a stage or if you're voting, you always wear a checkered shirt, got a jacket. What the heck was that going to be? I don't know. I'm making the music. I almost didn't have a turtle in the Christmas drawing for this year. I can't have as many critters as usual because of how I'm doing it. You know, I like to give them hats. This one's got a bowler. I saw some children there. I don't know what happened to them, though, because I didn't see them after. A couple folks had children there at the voting area, that is today. What happened to them? It was very hard not to campaign while I was there. In fact, I was dead silent the whole time I was there, except I was working on Christmas. Glad to do that, get that out of the way. So I'm working on, Melissa, what we were talking about. I gotta get these things out of the way. So many little projects to do. That needs a thicker pen than I can do here. So I'm going to pull this one. This is always... In fact, because I've done all that, I just need to color that in. Stripes, or else they won't work. There we go. Yeah, there he is. Now you can see that ball, can't you? Yepper. You can. So, and I should, to help me get things done, I should say that by this weekend I'll have some of the Christmas print penciled. I won't be still probably ready to ink yet, but I'll have some of it penciled. And share that as I do it. I can only share it because I only can stick pieces of it into the screen. Otherwise, I'll post on the community area here. I'll try to, of the progress of the Christmas print. I have not figured out where the roaches. I always have to wait till because that's a tiny little 2x3 drawing, and the final 16 by 20 inches. I always put the roaches in after pretty much after I do it, because then I have to kind of figure out where I'm going to put them. This is different. This was a little tough because I don't have as much area to play with. However, it's much more close up. The last one I did this close up. Well, when I did Mr. Dunderbox, I guess that was 3 years ago. I had a lot of foreground, middle ground, background, so I could play with the roaches a lot. This one it's a lot. There's pretty much it's just middle ground. I'm not trying to put too much in the foreground. I think I'm going to put in the alligator in the foreground with a lot baby alligators. But I don't want to put roaches with them. I'll figure it out. And this year's going to have 4. I'm challenging myself. So 2001 had 1, 2002 had 2, 2003 had 3. This one should have 4, which will make next year very interesting if I live so long. Oops, let me see if we get this all. So where are we? 8:54. So there, I should still have something else here. One thing was getting birds in. I was having a little trouble getting. I should put a bird in here. Actually, with this size, I can put a bird way up here. I have a bird in line for ice cream. The other thing is this place doesn't have a big menu. It's all ice cream. You know, last year's Northwest Seafood had a lot of stuff I could put on the plate, but this is all soft serve ice cream. So sundaes, milkshakes, cones, banana splits. That's it. That's all they do. So they don't have a. I've got an eagle prominent. I wish I had a place I could work on. I wish I could take it. I've been using a Publix that's really, really good. It's worked out very well, but I know that board's just too big to pull out. I've worked on the Christmas print at the old Arby's in Ocala, and then I always gave them some because they would come over and watch me work on it. But I don't have a place to do that here. But that has been the key to me getting, as always, the key to me getting work done. I also have a bear. I've got the Florida Panther at the window with Santa ordering ice cream stuff. Oops, those eyes don't make sense. Let me see if I can make this make a little more sense. Be back. I have something to do. Okie doke. And I've also got a fox. Foxes have recently become more and more a part of Christmas print because they're mid-size. They're actually larger than the bunny and not as big as the bear and the egret. But we got Dolphin. We got to get to another I gotta get I should get some of these videos done. Did you send me? Did you send the video you did to me? Because I don't think I downloaded it. And I did some sped up ones of the drawings. Slosh. That could have been drawn better, the paintbrush. That's hard to see. Also, I didn't draw the eye right. The brush is a little difficult. Thank you, Andrea. All right, well, there you go, for whatever it's worth. I actually have a slew of bumper stickers. I'm just not quite sure where they are right now. So I'm going to have a plastic bin of all just my political items set aside. 11.5. How about that? Okay, that's fine. Hey, I didn't do the first one yet. I gotta get to the first one. And I'm trying to do some of these drawing ones real quick because those are easy to do and get those out of the way. I just need to post it, which I haven't done. I doubt I'll do that till after I get past tomorrow, and then I can really concentrate. I got to get this Christmas invitation done, which I think is in the car right now, I believe. I need to put all these political buttons back too. So there you go. All right, thank you all for being here. We got 2 little drawings done. This and that and this. An alligator running. This could have been done better, I admit. Do this now because I forget, and I forgot what the heck was this. 5. There we go. All right, you all have a good night. I'll see you all. Trying to get them to, and I'll see y'all later. Y'all take care. I'll be back definitely Friday. Might do something in between, depending. But right now, Friday. I'll see y'all later. Take care. I hope the election all goes as we hope it will go. You take care. Y'all have a good night. Good night.